Welcome back, everyone. So, I've been debating on doing this today or tomorrow or this weekend, but I'm going to head and say it now and get it over with and actually make a video of it. So, the main reason why Destiny 2 is falling apart. The reasons. So, as you all know, streamers, Twitch users, some toxic YouTubers are widely negative over Destiny 2. Now, here's the issue what I have with other YouTubers and streamers. There's only 3 people I respect. Azacross, Lucky Top T, and I already forgot his name. Oh well. So, the main reason why Destiny 2 is falling apart is it has been for now 8 years since Destiny 2 first came out, when PCs were available for Destiny 2. So the problem is, it's not majority of the problem is not even Bungie. It's the toxic streamers that is feeding off views of talking negative shit about the game. So if you want, for example, like when they literally sat there and talked shit about Edge of Fate, it's actually not bad. Edge of Fate was never bad. Yes, there is some solo points of Ash and Iron I still liked. It was a brand new activity that we never seen before. There was new weapons. Yes, Siva wasn't there. But what you guys don't understand, we killed Siva. The last mission of Rise of Iron, we exploded pretty much the entire building where the Siva was pretty much asleep. Ever since Saladin's friends died. They were asleep. We destroyed the 2 Siva Guardians, and we exploded the building, which pretty much concealed the Siva completely because they completely melted the door shut. I have videos on my YouTube channel from a couple months ago when I played Destiny 2 if you want to see that last mission. We exploded the entire building. That's why Siva is no longer here. The Plaguelands changed into Plaguelands, but there's no Siva. There's no trace of Siva because we killed Siva. You're not going to see Siva thriving when we literally exploded the base where Siva was. We killed the 2 Guardians that are in charge of Siva. I already forgot their names, but we killed them with a giant flaming axe. That's why Siva no longer exists. We killed Siva. We killed the home. Even though they were slumbering, we still killed them. The door is permanently melted shut. They can't escape. That's why Siva's gone into Plaguelands. The Edge of Fate is not as bad as people think it is. It's just nothing Bungie will ever do, even if Destiny survives for another 20 years, they would never, ever be satisfied. They will always have something to complain about to make views. Because the majority of the new views that they're making are widely negative. This is how they make money. This is how they make views. You don't see Azacross randomly saying, "Oh, I hate Destiny 2. It fucking sucks. I wish it would fucking burn." You don't hear him say that. You only hear those people who fucking cannot quit, who does not have the balls to quit. So they rather bring the game down to their level and burn it with them. This is why Destiny 2 is falling apart. It's because of the toxicity of the community. It's not mainly Bungie's fault. It's the community's fault being toxic and bringing that more toxic to the new players. The new players are leaving because they don't want to listen to the fucking toxicity of this game. The hypocrites, the toxic, the dedoxing. Because people can't get off their fucking ass and quit or find a therapist and get actual help if they cannot quit the game by themselves. There is tons and tons and tons and tons of channels that is making views because they widely spread fucking negativity. New players are playing every day. It's not dead. It's not dead until the last person quits. It would never be dead until that happens. Until that moment happens, Destiny 2 is not dead. It's not dying. It may be at the slowest part right now, but that's because of streamers. And when Bungie only listens to streamers, that also is the downside. They don't listen to us who actually love the game. They negative talk about the game just to get views and just to get fucking clout. That's how they've been operating since Destiny 2 first dropped. It's how they operate in Call of Duty. It's how they operate in online games. This is how they operate. Negative a game gets views versus being positive about the game versus less views. I actually love Edge of Fate. It was something brand new. But here's what people don't understand. It's a new saga. A new saga. When Light and Dark first dropped, our max level was 400. That was in D1. Our damage was low. That was in D1. The new saga drops. Our light level drops. We can't always be gods. And when this will also drove Bungie to decrease our light level is when streamers, the hardcore elitist, asked Bungie to make the game harder for them, benefiting for them, not us. The game was fine perfectly the way it was. It had some difficulty, had some challenges. It was also easy for new players to understand. But they wanted the game to be more difficult. They wanted the game to be more challenging. That's what raids are for. That's what dungeons are for. The widespread of enemies should not be extremely difficult to handle. Exotic quests should not be difficult to handle. Where the elitists should be is in raids or dungeons. Nowhere else. That's it. But they asked Bungie to make it difficult. Bungie listened, and now your light level is significantly lower than what we had, which was 2,220. Are you struggling in Destiny? It's because of streamers. Every single bit. Name one time where YouTubers did not fuck Destiny 2. Because they just fucked it hard in Edge of Fate. Begging Bungie to make the game harder for themselves. Not caring about the new players, who is literally the most important piece of the game. Is bringing new players into the game so they can enjoy it. That's how you build a balanced player base. But when you are negatives all the time and you don't have the balls to fucking quit, and you want to bring the game down to your level and burn it, it's going to discourage the new players from fucking joining. This is the true reason why Destiny 2 is falling apart. It has nothing to do with Bungie. It's the streamers that wanted the game to be difficult for themselves. Not thinking about the community, not thinking about the new players, only for themselves. That's the elitist. That's how they think. Raids and dungeons should be the only thing in the game that's difficult besides Nightfalls. Everything else should be relatively easy to intermediate difficulty. It should not be extremely difficult to where a new player is discouraged to even try because it's too difficult for them to understand, especially when light levels are significantly lower than what they used to be. We could have fun in a Grandmaster Nightfall. Now there's Ultimate, and I guarantee you a tier 5. I like the difficulty, but at the same time, I don't want it to be widespread into the entire game. That's why I do raids. That's why I help OFGs. So I can help them teach, so I can help them get the exotics. Or help them farm the red borders that they want so they can get the god rolls that they want. That's what majority of my videos is helping OFGs. I made some good friends on the way as well. It's not always about difficulty. It's not always about saying, oh, I want difficult stuff, or I want it to be extremely challenging, and not listen to the community who actually does not want the game to be difficult and actually want it to be relatively easy and easy to understand. You can't sit there and understand something that's too difficult to understand. Like, for example, Salvation Edge first came out. That was the first raid that was actually challenging, number one. First raid that was actually fun. And what people don't understand, you guys are sucked up into the past so much. You guys don't understand that sunsetting was required. It is required. Here's the truth about Destiny 2 and the sunsetting. If sunsetting did not happen on a PS4, the game would have been at least 778 gigabyte game. At least. With all DLCs, all activities, all weapons, all seasonal content, all seasonal activities, all campaigns, all raids, all raid layers. Every single piece will equal to 700 and above gigabytes. For old gens, like PS4, Xbox One. And what should PCs people don't understand? We carry Destiny 2. It's been since Destiny 1. Consoles has significantly way more players than PCs do. It's why the game survives even to this day. You PC people may have a lower lobby, but we still carrying the game. Because no one's going to pay $4,000 for a PC and spend an extra $2,000 if your motherboard is destroyed. Not everyone has that type of money. It's better to pay for a $400, $500, $600 system than it is to spend a $4,000 PC. Yes, the frames per second is wide bigger on PC, but at the same time, no one's going to empty their pockets for a goddamn PC. Why do you think the lobbies, compared to PC and consoles are significantly more bigger? It's because of that issue. Not everyone is rich, people. Not everyone is able to afford a PC. And when you have negative YouTubers, negative Twitch, all you're doing is bringing down the game because you would never be satisfied. Even if Bungie dropped the biggest DLC, the biggest activity, the greatest raid in the world, you still wouldn't be satisfied because all you do is getting more views by being negative. That's why Destiny 2 is falling apart. It's been happening for years. And if you can't accept that, then you're fucking delusional. It's been happening for a very, very, very long time. Now, if Bungie did not sunset, it's not just gens with the high level memory space that they need to require. It's just like Call of Duty where they're pretty much 300 gigabytes. But Destiny will be significantly more bigger. It's not just that. It would cause the games to crash on consoles. It would cause widespread fucking crashes where every time you log in, it will constantly crash. They sunsetted and Beyond Light, which, let's be honest, was the best part for them to do. Yes, I missed Menagerie. It was fun. But at the same time, you also got to think about the old gens. Not everyone can afford a PS5. And since PS6 is almost here in about 2 years, they're not going to be able to afford PS6 when it first came out. Fuck no. If they can't afford a PS5 now, they're not going to be able to afford a PS6 then. And Bungie is not going to sit there and just close out Destiny for all PS4s. It's not happening. They think about everyone who played on PS4. That's why they sunsetted. They sunsetted to make it easier for the game not to constantly crash repeatedly, and also to decrease the memory space it would have been required to download. Because no one's going to download a 700 gigabyte game and that would be the only game they're able to play because you literally have to physically delete the game to play other games. Because it takes 85% of your space of your storage if you had a 1 terabyte system. was required. Not just for the stability of Destiny 2, but also for the gens. The old gens of Destiny. PS3, that's right, PS3 doesn't work anymore for Destiny. It was too low of a system to be able to handle the frame rate, to be able to handle the game memory. That's why Sunsetted was required. It had to happen. It was a must. It wasn't a need. It wasn't so you lose all your weapons, all your DLCs. It was a must so they can move forward with the future of Destiny. It was a requirement, even though it was a difficult decision. Bungie still did it because they thought about the PS4s. They thought about the old gens, the people who cannot afford the new gens. That's why Destiny is failing, is because YouTubers are so butthurt because they can't use a fucking weapon that is 7 years old. All you're doing is spreading negativity. It's how you get your views. Because you don't have the balls to do anything else. You don't have the balls to create actual content that does not rely on negativity. And that's why Destiny 2 is failing. There are some parts that Bungie is at fault for, but majority of it is toxic community. It's also Bungie's fault for listening to only streamers. Edge of Fate was actually fun. It brought back the grind that I missed. Yes, I can't grind as much as you guys do because I have a job. But at the same time, I enjoyed it. It brings up a new that we haven't seen since D1. We don't have a widespread fucking grinding system anymore. Because when we were in the 2000s, you only go up to 100 or 200 levels, and then you're done. You're done the entire fucking DLC. There was no point to grind. Now, there is. You got tier 5s, you got tier 4s, you got fucking high level gear, you got one of the best weapons that ever existed. We got a fucking rocket pulse rifle. A fucking rocket pulse rifle that has never been in Destiny in history. And we got a new exotic rocket pulse rifle. I guarantee you, if Edge of Fate never happened and the light level grind never happened, I guarantee you these weapons wouldn't be here. Guarantee you. This is a first pulse rifles that was actually used without outbreak. Like, you get to use the rocket pulse rifle with bait and switch and do twice as more damage than you would with switching from a fucking Witherhoard, auto, and then rocket. You're doing way more damage by using a rocket pulse rifle, SMG, and then rocket. And majority of you guys don't understand that bipod is the most strongest fucking thing. It's most stronger than bait and switch. Yes, your damage is decreased, but at the same time, you're firing 4 rockets if you have reconstruction. 4 rockets. Those were out damaged 2 bait and switch weapons before the 2 bait switch weapons are reloaded. And that's if the 2 bait and switch weapons has reconstruction. Or fear prep. Or even a vicious assassin. If you don't have any of those, you're only shooting 1 rocket at a time. I have done significantly more damage with Apex Predator with bipod. Let me go ahead and read you what bipod does. Since majority of the people think that bipod is shit. Here it is. Bipod. Increases the rocket's ammo and reserves, but reduces damage, blast radius, reload speed are significantly reduced. Now if you look at my blast radius, it has 6. Velocity has 99. I also have Business Assassin. Overflows the magazine based on the number of rapid fire blows before reloading, which means if you kill enemies with your auto rifle and then switch to a rocket, you get 4 shots. 4 shots! And in some rockets, that will give you 5 shots. You're doing twice as more damage than you would with 2 bait and switches. That's why it's so much better than the actual bait and switch. And when you combine it with increased blast radius and increased velocity, you're able to shoot your rocket twice as fast and be able to reload. If your weapon is void, all you have to do is put 3 void reloads on, and you can reload that rocket quicker. Let me go ahead and head to Cosmodrome, and I'll show you the difference between reloading normal and reloading the actual weapon. So I'm going ahead and head to destinations, head to Cosmodrome, and head here. And I'll show you the significant difference between having 3 reload mods versus 1 or 0 reload mods. It's all about knowing how to do it. Majority of the people don't even use this mod, and it's extremely useful. If you want to do high damage fast, it's recommended because you're able to shoot faster and reload. So let me go ahead and let's go ahead and pull out, let's say, screw it. I'll pull out the Ever-Burning Glitz. Rapid fire frame, 65 magazine. So this is kinetic. So I'm going to ahead and take off all mods, even though this is ARC. Now we're going ahead and shoot. Reload. Shoot. Reload. Shoot. Reload. Now, let's go ahead and put some reload mods on that. Kinetic. Kinetic. And kinetic. Significantly way more quicker to reload than it is to not reload. Now, let's do Year-Tide Apex, which is another weapon that has decent reload. It has 57 reload. So I have no solo reload mods. Slow, isn't it? Now let's go ahead and put on solar reload mods. Significantly way more quicker. This is how I'm able to do damage so much quicker. That's why I was able to use Prospector. If you want to know what Prospector has, let's go ahead and go to that. Here it is. Let's go get max ammo. This is how I was able to do 14 million damage on Caretaker back in Final Shape. So, let's go ahead and inspect the weapon. 55 with the Catalyst. 5 reload speed without the Catalyst. Well, let's go ahead and test out if I can pull out Prospector and not put out the Catalyst. Just put that in Postmaster. Put that in Postmaster. Let's see if it will drop without the Catalyst attached. Post out with the Catalyst. Alright. Oh yeah, I don't have ammo anymore. Oh well. So I'm going to shoot 3 shots. 1, 2, 3. Reload. Very slow. Now if you put on 3 arc reloads, one, two, and I don't have a ammo. God damn it. But no to worry, I can just do this. Starts in 2 minutes. I'm not sure if they patched this or not, but you used to be able to reset the location so you can get the rally flag back. Yep, there we go. So all you have to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, reload quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, reload quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, reload quick. This is how I'm able to reload so much quicker, and I don't automatic reload, I manual reload, which significantly increases the reload speed versus letting it reload on your own. These are the stuff that most YouTubers don't ever use, and it's another reason why they can't reload as quick. You can do it with, let's say, Outbreak. You can do the exact same thing with Outbreak. So I'm pulling out Outbreak. So this is the normal reload. Let's go ahead and put Kinetic on. Significantly quicker. YouTubers don't use this, and I don't understand why. This is how you significantly do more damage and much quicker rate. If you put 3 mods on reload speed, it's going to significantly increase your reload speed by at least 4 times than the normal speed. is why I was able to do 14 million damage on a Caretaker, because I was able to use the Prospector so much quicker. Because I was able to manually reload, number one, and have 3 reload speeds. Even at 55 reload speed, it still was slow. That's why I used 3 mods to increase that speed even significantly more faster. $9 million damage in Prospector, 5 million in Thunder Crash with Curse of the Falling Stars. That's why Prospector was the king back in the Revenant. When GLs was the king of damage. Prospector was the king of all GLs because of the reload speed, the damage of the cluster bombs with the damage as well. I was pulling out roughly 40,000 for the direct hit plus additional 12,000 per cluster bomb, which was equal to roughly 86 to 92,000 per single shot, and I'm shooting 6 rapid shots. That's almost roughly 500,000 per reload. But with the debuff for the GLs back then in Revenant, it gave you significantly buff when you're shooting an enemy with a grenade launcher. Change that 40,000 to 75,000 for the direct hit and 15,000 for the cluster bombs. And there's about 8 cluster bombs in each single shot. That's why Prospector was the king back then. Shonen Habiter was not able to keep up at all. I have significantly outdamaged. Thank you. But in the end, Prospector, after 8 years, well, it's technically 7 years and a half, for the first time ever, it got a reworked, which became not a sticky grenade, funny rally flag glitch, which you plant the rally flag at the same time you're shooting down and launch the flag across the map. You no longer can do that. Now it's a damage weapon. It's not. There are some positive with some negatives of Destiny. But when you over negative something, you're going to increase the negativity in the game. Just because you're upset of a sunset doesn't mean everyone else is. Not everyone in the community is upset with sunsetting. It was required for the old gens. Now you guys truly understand that no matter what comes in Destiny, it's not just the hypocrites that makes the game shit. It's the Twitch and YouTubers that don't have the balls to quit. Rather see the game burn. Like this Twitter person on Twitter says, oh, because of Destiny's downtime for maintenance, I lost my wife and my child. I was like, no, you never got married. You never had a child. Because significantly, why the fuck would you even think about being so negative towards them? If number one, it's just a game. Number two, Your wife is not going to be leaving you for a 4-hour fucking maintenance. That just doesn't make sense. It's these cocksuckers that are dragging the game down. Pete Parsons was the main reason for that also. All he wanted was to make as much money as they can before he makes it out and leaves. Now, the current Bungie leaders is going to have to fix every mistake that he has made. Because he is a low-life piece of shit that should never have been the CEO. If Bungie kept Halo as their primary game, they could have half of their community work on Halo, half their community work on Destiny 2. Use those revenues to make Destiny 2 better. Now 345, or whatever the fuck that goddamn company is ruining Halo. Microsoft is losing money, and now Microsoft is switching Halo to PlayStation 5. That's happening very soon. It's already been verified by the Microsoft leaders that they are giving us the Master Chief's collections. That is coming this late November, late December, sometime this year, where Halo will be available on PS5. If Bungie kept the rights and kicked Activision out a long time ago, it would have been so much better. The main problems in Destiny 1 was because of Activision. You already seen the problems in Call of Duty. You already know what the problems in Destiny. It took them a while to kick them out, which I don't understand why they waited so damn long. They should have kicked them out a long time ago. Activision is not a company you should be working for. Considering how many times they have failed Call of Duty. And I'm a major Call of Duty fan ever since Cold War. Not Cold War, but World at War, the very first one. Where you first meet zombies. I play Call of Duty every single day. Every single day. On a PS3. Zombies was extremely addictive. Very fun. Just to play with your friends or do a solo and challenge yourself how long you can survive. But Activision is greedy. Activision is shit. Who in their right mind will name Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, Black Ops 5, Black Ops 6, and now, coming in November, Black Ops 7? It's literally the same damn game with different title. Now you understand why Destiny 3 is not coming out. Destiny 3 is not coming out anytime soon. It's because of negativity. Not only that, the hypocrites would just ruin the game as well. Bungie. We want something new. Bungie. We want our old shit. Bungie. Typical recycling content. Typical Bungie. And who solves that? Yours for asking it. The only reason I want Wrath Machine into Destiny 2 because I want to see how well they change it. And is it going to be difficult than what the original is? Because in day one, the graphics are so bad it hurts your fuck out of your eyes after you've been playing Destiny for years. It was torture to record multiple videos of me going back in Destiny 1 and playing every DLC, all the campaigns, It hurts my eyes. That's how bad the graphics were in D1. I won't Wrath Machine because I wanted to see what it could be in D2. What it could have been in D1. What the graphics would be. What the challenges would be. Look what they did with Crota. Look what they did with Kane's Fall. Look what they did with Vault of Glass. They changed it, but kept the heart of the raid still there. It's still there. The Siva would be there still. Even though Siva is dead. We killed Siva. When we killed those two guardians and self-destruct the building, we killed the Siva. That was their mating ground. That's where they're mated and fucking significantly more Siva. We destroyed that building and sealed it off forever. That's why Siva isn't in Iron and Ash, or Ash and Iron. They're not just going to bring back Siva when we killed Siva. That would be a biggest disappointment in existence. Killing something that we already killed and then bringing it back. Especially the fact that we sealed them off completely. There's no escape from them. I guaranteed if we went back to Felwinter's Peak, I guarantee the door would still be closed. That's why there was no Siva in Edge of Fate. That was why there's no Siva in Ash of Iron. Siva is dead. The only Siva we have is an Outbreak. That is the last surviving Siva we have. And you guys complain that, oh, Plague Lands don't have Siva. Plague Lands don't have Siva. It's because we killed it. We killed them. We self-destructed the building. We sealed the fucking doors forever. Unless you want to join into the fucking door and possibly get taken over by Siva, there's no way of bringing it back. It's sealed. The only Siva that existed now is an Outbreak. Because we harvest Siva and made it into a weapon. That's why when you get a position hit, you see Nanoknights coming out. That's Siva. Siva's dead, guys. It's not coming back. Now, if they do reprise Wrath Machine, that's a different story. That's just a raid when it was still alive, not dead. We killed Axis, the Archon Priest of Siva. We killed the Splicers. We killed the Devil Splicers, the Walkers, the Turrets. Ah, I've been AFK for too long. Oh well. Now you guys understand that they aren't coming. Another problem is people complaining about armor pieces being in Eververse. Name one game, an online game, that does not have fucking purchases. In-game purchases with real cash. Name one online game that does not have that. Every game has microtransactions. Every online game. Fortnite, Call of Duty, Valet, or whatever it's fucking called when it was still popular. Apex Predator. Well, Apex Legends, technically. Every online game has microtransactions. It's how they make the money throughout the year until the next DLC is made. So they can use that money and make something good. And you guys complain about it, it's actually kind of bullshit. Because if you play Call of Duty, you're doing the exact same fucking thing. If you play Fortnite, you're doing the exact same fucking thing. It's hypocritical. If you don't like microtransactions, why the fuck are you playing online games in the first place? Every online game that has ever been made has microtransactions. And yes, that includes mobile games. Destiny Rising. It's a mecha game. It's a microtransaction. It's HoloViews, which is Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact has microtransaction, people. Gacha games has microtransactions. And yet, when Destiny Rising came out, you guys grabbed your credit card and checked. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. Oh, Destiny 2's microtransactions out of control. You're more likely to spend $4,000 on Destiny Rising. I guarantee you. Destiny Rising is more of a gamble game than Destiny. Because just because you spent $6,000 on it doesn't mean you're going to get a fucking gold tier fucking drop. You could spend $20,000 and not get a single gold tier. It's a gacha game. It's how they make money. Just because it's not made directly by Bungie and made by a mobile company means nothing. Every online game has microtransactions. And you guys complain about it just proves my fucking point. Without microtransactions on online game server, the game would have died within a month. All online games would have died a month after they'd been released. Assassin's Creed has microtransactions. You want me to keep going? Because I can name more games that has microtransactions. Diablo. I can keep going. There's thousands of games that has microtransactions. It's how they make their money so they can make more shit. And you guys sitting there complaining about it just makes you look like a fool. Because what you guys don't understand, in Destiny, it's not just microtransactions. It's also in-game currency. Those armor pieces that are in Eververse will majority of the time always be sold with Bright Dust. Majority of the time, always. If you want to play for free, you don't have to spend your money. It's not a requirement. But sitting there complaining about it just makes you look like a fool. Because no one's forcing you to pay. They're not tying you up to a chair and say, if you don't pay real money for this armor, I would fucking throw dog shit at you. They're not doing that. They're not forcing you against your will. You're choosing to buy the armor pieces. That is your choice. No one's forcing you to pay for it. So there's no reason for you to be fucking complaining about it. Destiny 2 is a good game. But when people sit there over negative over shit because they never be satisfied, it's childish. It's like a kid complaining about a candy bar that does not taste as correct as a Hershey bar. It's downright stupid. It's childish. Just because you don't have the balls to quit, you rather ruin everyone else's fun because you can't get the help you need to quit. That is why Destiny is failing. I think I made my point. Exactly, cool dude. Because no matter what Bungie's made, even the best DLC, 10 out of 10, best raid, 10 out of 10, best activities, 10 out of 10, best weapons, 10 out of 10, they'll still complain about it. Because they never, ever be satisfied. So it doesn't matter what happens in the future of Destiny. Yeah, I'm still on Grizzly. But that's why Destiny is failing. It's because the over negativity, because people can't be satisfied. I shouldn't even have to make this video, guys. I shouldn't even have to. But I'm just so sick and tired of the negativity because you can't be satisfied. I love Destiny. I've been playing since Vanilla Destiny 1. I enjoy it. It's actually one of the games that I enjoy. I can't really say that about Call of Duty anymore because they keep making the same damn game over and over again. That's why they hesitate to even make Destiny 3. Because just smacking a new title on it means nothing. Because the game would fail on delivery like Destiny 2 did, almost. Because there was no activities, there was no raids, there was no fucking anything besides campaign to do. And yes, public events was the fastest way to level up. Back then, That was the only efficient way to level up. Because there was no activities, there was no raids, there was nothing actually entertaining to do. That's what would happen to Destiny 3 if they make Destiny 3. If they don't put activities on delivery, put raids on delivery. Yes, crafting should never happen. It should never have been removed. That's another thing I hate about streamers. Because they're up Bungie's ass, or Bungie's up their ass, and the streamers controlling Bungie. It's been happening for years, and it's starting to really piss me off. Majority of the community loved crafting. They love the idea where you do not have to constantly farm for 19 hours to get the same weapon that you've been farming for, but not the god roll you've been looking for. The crafting helped that grind. All you needed was to grind 5 of them, and there are also items to help you get those red borders. Like fucking Beloved. One of the best snipers in the game for PvP. I fucking love that weapon. And my dumbass deleted it. Because I was trying to delete a PvE sniper I don't ever use. Now, since I don't have that crafting, because I'm missing 3, I can't craft it yet. But I have, I think, 3 harmonizers now. Which means I can instantly go get it as soon as it drops for me. Yeah, I have 3. The crafting was one of the best things to ever happen in Destiny. Think of it. If crafting was still a thing, I guarantee you the Desert Perpetual weapons would have been red bordered. Where you don't have to constantly farm their fucking raid to get a god tier. You could just get the armor pieces, get the weapons, beat the raid, pick a red border, do it again. Do the raid, pick a red border, or use the harmonizers. There was so much solutions for it. But streamers hated it because they couldn't grind. The egoist could not fucking grind. The elitist could not fucking grind. That's why they hated crafting. You guys gotta realize, elitists and egoists will always ruin games. Because they think that the game has to revolve around them and the difficulty has to be raised for them alone. They don't give a shit about fucking new players. They don't give a shit about you. They only care about their ego. They would never care about you. They only want the raid to be difficult for themselves. Oh, come here, baby girl.
Yeah. I've been trying to use the bathroom this whole time. I wanted you to hold it.
Well, come here. You're gonna listen to Daddy. I want the game to survive. So me and my daughter can have daughter and father time playing together. And we can't do that when people want to be an asshole, and it can't shut down their egos. I would never play PC again. I used to be on PC from Beyond Light dropped. I was actually no. I think it was the season before Beyond Light. Hold on, let me go ahead and check. Because it's been way too long to remember. I don't remember how to get to the previous seasons. Well, Dado deserves to leave. That elitist. No matter how much you struggle at the game, he will always call you as a skill issue. If you're not doing a world race, skill issue. If you're not doing a contest raid, skill issue. Everything with him is a skill issue. That's why I don't respect Dado. Because he's elitist and egoist. He only cares about his ego. That's why I hate Dado. I miss Jez though. And Trevor Danielle, they were good. They were funny. I won't play Destiny Rising. Tried it on mobile. Graphics are terrible. And I don't want to spend $4,000 on a PC. Maybe in the later years. But not now. And plus, according to revenue, Destiny Rising is failing already. And it's almost been a month since it's been released. Hey. But that's the main reason why. Oh, here it is. That's what I was missing. And then you go to the symbol. Oh, God damn it. So I played PC. During I think the Season of the Dawn is when I started on, actually no. Season of the Undying when I started on PC. But that was the last time I played on PC. But, nope. The graphics was good, yes. But at the same time, I hated keyboard. I hate not being able to not even have to look at anything and just press the button of what I'm doing like on a console. I can just use the analog key and press the trigger to shoot. I have to use the mouse and buttons to shoot. I was good in PvP, but at the same time, PCs don't give you the entertainment as much as consoles do. Yes, PC has higher frame rates, but at the same time, you still have to spend $2,000 if your motherboard explodes, like mine did. My liquid coolant exploded and went over my motherboard and destroyed my motherboard. That would have been at least $3,000 to fix, which I don't have the money to fix. I would have to replace the coolant, I would have to replace the hard drive, I would have to replace the graphic card, I would have to replace the motherboard, I would pretty much have to replace everything. Because it exploded and went over everything. Everything was destroyed in that PC. That's why I refuse to use liquid coolant ever again. That's why if I ever get a PC, it would only be for horror games. And I'll make a separate channel for that. Because there's a playlist on my channel that says PCs. That's where my old videos are from Destiny 2. But I think I made my point. I've been dragging this on for too long, but I'll see you guys later. I will be on either tonight or tomorrow, and I'll be continuing that raid. I already got the Wyvern done, and I'm working on the Hydra. So as soon as I get that done, I have to teach my clan. So, you know, that's gonna be fun. It pretty much, it got the, one of the components on the motherboard was basically burnt to crisp. Because when the liquid coolant exploded, the motherboard overheated. And there was a couple of components that overheated and burnt. I lost everything. The hundreds of dollars that I spent on other games. It's the main reason why I would never go back to PCs again. Unless I physically put it together. My mistake is ordering online. Apparently, they didn't connect the coolant correctly, so it basically was set to fail anyways. Because I had to put a fan next to it to keep it cool, and that wasn't enough to keep the motherboard cold enough. Which pretty much burnt, I think, 3 or 4 components, which still would have been a lot of money to fix. And since I don't know anything about soldering iron, I couldn't fix it myself. And there's no way in hell I'm going to bring it to somebody else and have it fixed. And just to make more problems. That's why if I ever have problems with my PS5, I'll just buy a new PS5. Because I sent my PS3 to Sony and had them fix it, and they just made it worse. They corrupted my files. My system wouldn't even turn on without having a restoring data. Please wait. Once it hits 84%, it instantly shuts off. That's the reason why I would never, ever let anyone touch my stuff or fix it. I'll just go buy a new thing. Spend $152 to send it to them, and just for my console to be corrupted. And that was the big fat PC boy. Not PC boy, PS3. The big fat one. Then I got a PS3 Slim. Worked way better. So much better. Didn't have a single problem with it. That's why I'm just going to wait for PS6. Because they are upgrading massively to where it equals almost to an absolute PC. It's going to be as fast and has a higher frame rate as well. According to Sony. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it a lot. Can't actually wait. I want to see what they actually did to the system, how they fixed it, what they did, what's the difference between PS4 and PS5, what's the difference between PS5 and PS6. I wanted to see what Sony could do. And that comes in 2 years. I got 2 more years before I'm able to play on PS6. I'm actually glad though. That gives me a higher chance to enjoy the PS4, well, PS5 before I buy the PS6. Gives me more time. And by then, more games will be out, more games to download. But I think I made my point. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that helps you change your mind about the negativity of Destiny 2. It's not a bad game, guys. It's not a bad game. It's just we have terrible community. We have terrible streamers that is greedy for views. I always look at the negative side and positive side. That's the difference between me and YouTubers. I'm not strongly negative, and I actually enjoy the game. Edge of Fate was one of the best stories I ever heard, and the fact that I got to transform into a ball was new and exciting. I got confused how to drive it for first, but once I got a hang of it, it was easier to fuck your friends over. And that's why I loved it. It was one of the best moments of my life, and I hope Bungie continues to Edge of Fate. Can't wait until Renegades. The fact we get to use lightsabers. It's going to be fun. It's going to be extremely fun. And all you Gambit lovers are going to have an amazing time. Because instead of a closed map, we're going to have an open world map for Gambit. So, you Gambit people are going to have a lot of fun. But I hope you guys understand everything, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.